An LA official said that Ohtani allegedly found out about the missing money during his friend, the translator's post-game talk with the team, but also said that this guy lied in his first ESPN interview about Ohtani knowing about this $4.5 million. They call it a big theft. There's no way it's a big theft. So much stinks about this story. I guess, Joe, I haven't really heard you expound on this much. What do you make of all this? Do you think it's Ohtani that was making the bets?
It's just very odd that somebody who's close to him is handling his money. I'll say this. It's fascinating. I think Major League Baseball is going to stay out of it. I think they're going to stay out of it because I think it's going to get to a higher level.
Stay out of it or cover it up or do their best to cover it up? Like, this is the face of the league, this guy.
I think the FBI is going to be getting involved in this and other areas to the point where, like, just stay out of it. This is the modern-day Babe Ruth. He's the only guy we talk about. Remember when free agency last year, with the Red Sox be in it? It was like all we had. It's all they have. They can't get involved in it. And I don't want to compare it to Michael Jordan when he walked away. But as far as like what's going to happen if I'm Major League Baseball, like stay out of it because he's their prized possession, and if he's going to get in trouble, maybe it'd be from like the FBI or some other government, you know. But like a lot of this stuff's all illegal.
Yeah.
Like so that's about like, is there something that says? And by the way, didn't we learn he hasn't gambled on baseball?
Yeah, anything that has been reported.
If somebody was to gamble.
Yeah, whether if it's his buddy Ipe, is that how you say his name? The translator. You didn't hear about any baseball bets. It was everything else really. College football.
Whoever was gambling was not on baseball. Does it bother you? Like
no, like at my core, no. But if you're gonna bang Pete Rose for this, be consistent about it. Like baseball, especially when we were growing up, we were probably like in our, we were kids when that was happening, but they made it like it's the worst thing you could possibly do. And I get it for the integrity of these games.
Still punishing him.
Yeah, you don't want to have guys gambling. But if you're not gambling on your own sport, I don't really care. But if you have the rule and you've banged guys before it, you should do it and be consistent again.
And like what you said, baseball needs to stay out of it. I think they need to completely stay out of it and do nothing. And let whatever happens to him with the FBI. Because if Major League Baseball gets involved with this and tries to fix it, and then the FBI finds out that they knew about this and tried to cover it up, it's a really bad look for Major League Baseball. So I think they have to look at the Dodgers and say, y'all better figure out something with your boy because we ain't got nothing to do with this one. It's on y'all.
Have you guys seen Screwball? It's a Netflix documentary. It's about about A-Rod and his like handler for steroids and
the Balco.
Yeah, and they had like a notebook of other athletes and things of that degree.
Yeah.
But Rob Manfred had just a bag of cash just sitting there. Hey man, I want that notebook.
Yeah.
They're dirty too. So I think Major League Baseball will do nothing because they already have probably done something dirty. But as far as Ohtani goes, like he's not going to go away. The Dodgers aren't going to let him go away. I want to see how he thrives in this situation. And just one more thing about this. I think Pete Rose sucks, right? There's a little something in me that's like, all right, yep, put him in, but like, come on, let's move on now. And then I know there's the other side of it that's like more morals and whatever. And there's no moral high ground when we do the night show. No moral high ground. But Pete Carroll.
Is that one of the statements of the Joe Mario?
Yes. No moral high ground. But when it comes to Pete Rose will now start chirping again.
Oh, he has every right to, I would think.
This is now going to put more of a spotlight on him. I've gone to like autograph events where the guy doesn't show up. Like I could tell you things that Pete Rose just probably isn't a good guy. Yeah. And he'll take anything. But just this will perk up the Pete Rose people to the point where, well, if you're not doing something about Ohtani, who allegedly illegally did something, well, Pete Rose, like, just it's going to perk back up, and it's never going to go away.
It's similar to the Johnny Manziel documentary that came out.
Yeah, right.
And then all of a sudden, as soon as his situation came public again, the whole Reggie Bush stuff started up again. Well, you're still punishing Reggie Bush. Meanwhile, this dude, and then Johnny Manziel came out and was like, no, you can't punish Reggie Bush anymore because I was worse than he was. And the same thing, like you said, is going to happen with the Pete Rose fans. Pete Rose himself is going to, whoa. This is the face of your league in the prime of his career. He just got this massive contract playing in one of the major markets for major franchises. And this dude's moving $4.5 million. Are you just going to let this go? In 2024, with all the technology to actually track this stuff, unlike when Pete Rose did his thing, you got to come down on this guy. If I'm Major League Baseball, I'd let the Dodgers suffer and not my entire league.
So Matt Boyer, he's the illegal bookmaker in this story. Well, I wanted to touch on this because I quickly mentioned it yesterday with you, Cerrone, and Mike, because I think this goes deeper and there's other baseball ties here based on this article from CDC Gaming Reports. This is from their website. You can look it up for yourself. In 2022, just a few years back, Yasiel Puig, remember him? Arrested and charged by federal authorities for his involvement with illegal gambling and bookmakers in Los Angeles. The main illegal bookmaker he dealt with was his former minor league player named Wayne Nix. Word broke early Tuesday. Federal agents of the expanding investigation surrounding the network of the illegal bookmaker Wayne Nix were in Las Vegas asking questions, according to a reliable source with knowledge of the inquiry. In Vegas, the Nix investigation already knocked former MGM Grand and Resorts World Las Vegas president Scott Sabella out of the gaming business. He pled guilty to a violation of the Bank Secrecy Act by failing to file a suspicious activity report on Nix, who he knew was a high-rolling illegal bookmaker with a client list that included many professional athletes and wealthy business owners. Reputed illegal bookmaker Matt Boyer's name has also continued to surface in this investigation. Boyer, again, is the illegal bookmaker who Shohei Ohtani wired the money to, or his interpreter wired the money to. But it's his bank account. Again, how deep does this go? I just know it stinks to high heaven. And it's not just the interpreter. There's no way.
No.
Because, Joe, you know, Mr. Pickles and, you know, the world you deal with.
Offshore betting, those accounts,
Joe,
you can do it. It's just illegal.
There ain't a bookie alive that's going to float that kind of line for $4.5 million to a guy that makes a few hundred grand a year.
Money laundering. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm being serious. Like, what is going on here? $4.5 million.
Yeah.
Like that's just like that. I feel like you need like 50 people to sign off on that, right? Like, how do you just here, man? Here you go.
No, please.
And by the way, Chris made a great point. Was there anything coming back from the guy?
Yeah,
Boyer?
that's what I'm saying. In return,
yeah,
that's what I said
if
yesterday.
the money goes out,
if you're throwing $4.5 million out, he had to hit somewhere. Where did it come back to? Who was running into his screaming because
you're not that unlucky. You can't lose all $4.5 million. What you're hitting on at least one of those bets.
Somebody,
you know, you hit some money line to get something coming back to you.
Yeah.
Where's the evidence of that?
Yeah, I'm just curious if I'd go back to him playing in Japan. Like, if anybody knows about, like, I need to know. We don't know anything about Ohtani, do we? Do we know anything about him?
He got married out of the blue. No one saw that coming. His own team was surprised by it.
What does he like to eat? Like Mike Trout. I know he likes Subway, but what else? I don't know anything about Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
I need more on the guy.
I'm more stuck on. I know good and well his interpreter isn't betting Bama Auburn basketball games. Like, there's no way he knows about Bama. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, right, yeah,
they said he's betting college basketball and stuff like that. Like, come on. I like college basketball. I don't know half these teams up here, but the interpreter from Tokyo knows about, UAB and Tennessee. Like, that just sounds real weird to me.
Let's go to Joe in Raleigh quickly with a thought on this story. What's up, Joe?
Hey, guys, what's going on? So I work in banking, so I know a whole lot of the ins and outs of, like, wires, and I work a lot with the fraud department. When it comes to wires of that size, you need so many sign-offs from senior executive vice presidents, something over $1 million. You need the CEO of the bank to sign off on it.
Procurement.
And so Shohei Ohtani is sending wires. Like, unless somebody else is on the account with him, they can't send a wire without his signature or him being present to verify that he is who he says he is. So
this isn't.
I think he's screwed.
Joe, I guess I didn't know this. There is you get to a certain denomination and you can't send this like a Zelle. You need.
No, not at all.
Interesting. All right. Well,
you need sign-offs.
If you ever own a house, right, or like do a refinance or whatever, the amount of paperwork and signing that like it might just be $600,000, $4.5 million.
Yeah.
This is a wild story. I need so much more on it. But in the long run, though, like about the game of baseball, I don't care. I care about the money, but as far as him betting, if it was betting, I don't care. But I know it's against the rules.
Because of the amount of people that got to sign off on this and have to see this go through, the snitching is going to be astronomical. Everybody's going to start singing them all. Like Gasper said, baseball might not care, but the reporters are going to dive into this more and more. And the more they dive into it, the more you're going to have people come out and say, look, I didn't know anything. I only did this. This came across my desk. I moved it on to this guy. And more people are going to start to sing. And this is going to turn to a major story by the middle of the summer.